just like it is metaphorically and physically.
Well, at the end of the day, we're still searching for that assailant. 100% going to happen in the V cinema. Overall, this was a fantastic episode that really had Hanto and Lakia just sit down and just, talk and understand how much they are a lot more similar than what they actually think. Having them actually just sit down and talk about their traumas and really figure out that humans and Granuts are a lot more similar to what they think. Both of them suffering traumas, losing people, but also getting addicted, understanding that we are all weak no matter what, which was great. And having Lakia feeling sympathetic towards Hanto finally discovering after 18 years what happened to his mom was genuinely amazing, because it really feels like that they just needed to do one thing, and that is just to sit down and talk, which is kind of like the motto of this show. Is like it's kind of like how Shoma and Hanto actually fully resolved their animosity. It's way more Hanto's animosity towards Shoma than both of them having animosity towards each other. But here you have two people that appear to not like each other, but they sit down and they talk and they kind of understand that, oh, we're more similar. Like, I get you now and you get me, and we kind of understand we have the same pretty much want in life, or at least some sort of a goal, which is fucking great. And oh my god, that fight scene in the end of the episode was fucking great. Having them really team up to fight against the Mantis Granute was cool. Like, it was close countered, it was very cinematic and very stylized, and it worked. Yeah, at the end we discovered that the Mantis Granute didn't kill Komel. He played it like, oh, if you beat me I would tell you, but in the end it's like, no, I didn't, which is like, okay, makes sense. How much? Once more, would it actually solve anything if the Mantis Granute would have killed him? Like, I don't know. I don't even believe that a big buildup would happen. Again, it could be the dog Granute that kidnapped Hantos' mother, but I don't know. It really depends on what they're going to do with the dog Granute, because they made a suit. It's like a completely new suit that was just shown in one flashback, so they could connect that suit to not only Hanto's mom getting kidnapped, but also Lakiaz's brother Komel dying. But also, this could be the Granute that actually purified or crystallized Shoma's mom, which could be kind of interesting. Or it's just going to be an unsolved mystery and a suit that will never be used the same, never be used again. But yeah, like, overall this was great. Like, having the fight itself kind of like be not only about Hanto but also about Lakia, and really, like, the fight really split down their roles really well, with like Lakia feeling down on himself and Hanto picking him up, like saying, hey, I'll be your shield, go get him. Was cool. I don't know, that was great. While right now it seems that Shoma is still in this very big holding pattern until he gets his final form, because he didn't really do a lot in this episode. He got all of the people that were kidnapped by the Mantis Granute, but he had a conversation with Liz, which ended up amounting to not a lot. Like, she pretty much explained to him, he's like, yeah, I looked at Jeep, they looked really miserable and I kind of found it hot, and that's really it. Like, she was pretty much looking for a bottom, and she's like, oh, this is a person that I can actually use. Again, there is this idea of like Liz manipulating Jeep, using Jeep, seeing Jeep as an object, like saying to someone, yeah, I looked at Jeep, they looked miserable and I fell in love with it. It's like, oh, you're looking for something. you understood that Gavv has some sort of a position and they care about, and she cares about them being miserable. Like, she literally tells Shoma, is like, I don't really care about humans. Like, they're weak, they don't really matter to Granute society, they don't affect us really. It's like, now they going to affect the business that my dad acquired, but I don't really care. I just want you to continue to make Chip miserable. Again, there is this power dynamic. She was looking for a power dynamic. She wanted some sort of power. She gave Jeep a role because it's like, okay, good. But it's like, doesn't really matter. Like, in the end, Liz is still the person that holds all the power in the relationship, which is interesting now. I can now find Liz to be an interesting character. And also, she's a great heel. She doesn't know how to fucking eat pancakes to save her life. And she believes that somehow the pancakes that the Granutes make are better than the ones that human makes. No, go fuck yourself. But I am actually more interested in Nilv and Dante, specifically Dante. Nilv somehow got himself a bitter Gavv. It is going to be interesting, like, is it just the original bitter Gavv and somehow he made it? Or he took pretty much everything that Suga pretty much collected and made pretty much all of the information and just made his own, which appears to be going to be just a driver, which I'm going to talk about later. But he finally tracked down Dante. He finally found him, and he pretty much came to him with a proposition. Hey, come back. Like, I want you to come back because I've seen what you did. You copied my design and you did it really fast, and you did it pretty much without any other help. It's like, let's just, work together. And Dante just blew him off. It's like, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, this dark treat business doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy is making Shoma happy, which is great. Which is going to be interesting moving forward because he's very much like, okay, yeah, they know where I live. I'm going to get silenced. I'm going to get murked. I'm going to get bopped in the head and die, which is great. And it seems that this is going to be some sort of a connecting tissue to pretty much Shoma's final form. We don't know if Dante would die, but I think it would hold some sort of an impact if he would. It'll be interesting. I don't know. So, remember when I talked about the bitter Gavv thing? Yeah, the bitter Gavv is going to be kind of an interesting but slightly disappointing thing. And that is pretty much Boko has this guy that he's semi person that works under him. I don't know like where he fits in the hierarchy of Boko's presidency. I don't know. He got addicted to dark treats, and he pretty much tells him, hey, I'll do everything. Just I want to work for dark treats. And he pretty much say, hey, okay, you want to work for dark treats. Here's my friend, which he brings Nilv in, and Nilv, interestingly, doesn't come in his Granute form. He comes in his human form and presents himself as a human, which does intrigue me. The problem is, when it is slightly less intriguing, this dude is clearly becoming bitter Gavv, and this is a bitter Gavv that we pretty much saw for the last couple of months, like that you're going to use the cookie dough Gochizo. Not that big of a fan of, to be honest. I think we can all agree on, I think even people that fucking love Gavv can all agree on that bitter Gavv is literally the worst thing that Gavv ever output. It's genuinely a boring idea that never really came out of anywhere. Like, I just would believe that maybe Bitter Gavv being a clone of Shoma that never really dies would have been a lot more interesting than just, oh, it's going to be the passed around bell this year, huh? Okay. But overall, like, this episode was a fantastic one. Again, it dealt with two characters that had struggled in life very similarly, but they never really understood their struggles because of who they are, like, biologically. And having them sit down and talk and understand that they're a lot more similar, at least emotionally, made them grow closer. How much Lakia did still call Hanto an idiot, but it is fun. It's kind of like this idea of like, oh, they're now closer together, and having Hanto come in and say, hey, you want me to help you search for your brother's killer? I'm here. And kind of like Lakia saying Didos is great. Outside of that, like, the fight scene was great, but like, Liz's conversation with Shoma was kind of boring. The big kind of build up to what's going to be now the bitter Gavv driver, which I don't like is boring and not that interesting, and I feel it's kind of like taking away a lot of the agency of the show and a lot of like the proper build up of what the show can be, while also I think Dente and Nilv and Dente's kind of like fear and concern about being killed is a lot more interesting than anything else. But yeah, like overall this was a great episode. Everything just kind of worked really well. Some stuff just disappointed, some stuff it was a great build up. Yeah, this episode gets a B+. I think it's a good rating. So, what you thought about episode 32 of Kamen Gavv? Comment below, let me know. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please, if you haven't, smash that subscribe button. Help it to finally achieve its goal of becoming a subscribed button. If you liked the video, please smash that like button. Don't forget, you're the only one that can prevent forest fires. Go watch my Saber video. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.